When a narcissist realizes that you're the one that got away, they'll do this every single day. Hey there, fellow chosen ones, you empaths out there. Have you ever thought about how the narcissist reacts when you implement the no-contact rule? It's fascinating, really. The mere thought of you escaping their clutches torments them day by day, even if they were the ones who discarded you. And let's say you had to leave them because of their reckless behavior or hurtful actions. Once you established that no-contact boundary, they'll be plagued by visions of you slipping out of their grasp. You'll become the one person they can't possess, but they desperately crave. All of a sudden, they'll begin to idolize you, reminiscing about the good old times, soaking up all the love and attention you showered them with. But when other sources of admiration start to dry up or fall short of your supply, they'll realize they need you back. However, if you decide to block them out of your life, even if they were the ones blocking you first, they'll do some crazy things to get your attention. And let's be honest, it won't be a walk in the park. But let me tell you, I've gone through this, and I'm speaking from experience. I remember a time when I cut ties with an older man who groomed me and some of my peers into drug dealing. It was a tough decision, but once I implemented no contact, I witnessed firsthand how much it tormented them. So, if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, don't be afraid to take that step and walk away. Just keep in mind that it'll be challenging, and they might try to scare you or put you in fear as a last resort to win you back. So stay brave and keep those blocks in place. And if this message resonates with you, don't be shy to subscribe and hit that like button to show support. Let me take you back to a time when a toxic individual infiltrated my community. A man who influenced the entire area, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. And me? I was just a kid, maybe 11 or 12 years old, when he picked me out of a group of about 20 people. He got me running around for him, selling things I shouldn't have been selling. I wasn't some neglected child, mind you. It was just that my mom had passed away, and I had to grow up faster than usual. Unfortunately, he saw my vulnerability and began to groom me. But things took a turn for the worse when he threatened me. Instead of going after the man who had wronged him, he came after me, an 11-year-old boy. He asked me an impossible question. Your dad and your sister are both on a cliff. Which one do you save? When I said I'd save both of them, he got angry and said he'd kill them both. And after that, I decided to cut him out of my life. But let me tell you, cutting him off was no easy feat. He went to great lengths to try to lure me back in. He'd scream at me when I walked past his house, demanding money I didn't have. Even years later, one of his flying monkeys, one of his followers, tried to intimidate me. It's clear to me that I was still embedded in his consciousness. And that's why I know that implementing no contact is the key to breaking free from toxic individuals. When you've established that boundary and stop reaching out to them, you become the one that got away. You become the one person on earth that they cannot have. And trust me when I say this, they will suffer. They will go to any length to try to lure you back in, but you have to stay strong. Because in the end, you're the one in control of your life. You catch my drift now, right? When you become that person they can't have, the one they long for but can never attain, that's when you know you've established firm boundaries. It's about showing strength and standing your ground, no matter how much they try to worm their way back in. And let's be real, a narcissist never permanently gets rid of you, even if they discard you. They'll always keep you on the back burner, waiting for the perfect moment to come and drain your supply. So don't get too hung up on the discard or blocking, it's not final. But that's why it's essential to draw a line in the sand and let them know that enough is enough. If you keep reaching out to them after they've discarded you, you're giving them the satisfaction they crave. And trust me, they'll hoover, they'll come back around trying to lure you back in. But that's when you need to be strong and reestablish those boundaries, because going back to them is just asking for trouble. Sure, it might be okay for a while, but they'll slip back into their old ways sooner or later. And never ever let them back into your intimate areas. That's where they'll get the most supply. Guard yourself and don't let them break through those barriers. And let me make one thing clear, this doesn't just happen to women. Men can be exploited by narcissists too. Guard your modesty and wait for someone worthy to come along, someone loving and empathetic that you can build a genuine relationship with. Listen up. if you really want to stick it to a narcissist, you've got to implement no contact and establish some serious boundaries. It doesn't matter what desperate schemes they come up with to lure you back in. If you're strong, you won't fall for it. Just take it from one of my subscribers who had their narcissist leaving teddy bears outside their house and sending recorded messages to try and get them back. It just goes to show that these people will do whatever it takes to reel you back in. And the thing is, it's an ever-changing game. They'll keep popping out of the woodwork with new tactics to try and get you back. But don't let them play the victim, folks. If they're trying to tempt you into a response, stay firm and don't engage in conversation with them. That's just giving them supply. You need to cut them off completely and keep them out of your life. And once you've done that, keep building up your strength until you reach the point where if you saw them today, you just laugh. You don't even need to laugh out loud. Just silently know that they're a complete loser and that you've learned what love really is. Because love isn't about possession or control, and that's something a narcissist could never understand. If you want to heal and transform after being tangled up in a narcissistic web, you've got to be the one that got away. Break free from those codependency issues, unearth your hidden talents, and reinvent yourself into something new. As empaths, we all have something unique to offer to the world, and that's why I appreciate all of you that are watching this video and sharing your experiences with me. You've got the power in you to spread your message to the world, just like I'm doing now. And once you've broken free from that trauma bond and moved on, you'll find yourself doing things that you never thought were possible. Believe me, I've been there too. The narcissist never wanted me to work abroad, but once I broke free, I realized that I had all these incredible opportunities waiting for me. And that's the thing. The narcissist will always think that they have a way back into your life. But if you establish no contact and don't let them back in, the power is all in your hands. Don't let them back into your house or your bedroom. Keep them out for good. So, if you're feeling stuck after a narcissistic relationship, remember that you've got the power to break free. Press that like and subscribe button, and if you want a one-to-one session, you can find the details in the description box. Thanks for watching, and catch you all soon. Peace.